everyone. I'm Kim with Kim Ray, and I get asked often to help style photo sessions for family pictures, senior pictures, and I wanted to give you guys some ideas that you could use to do it on your own. Not all of you have access to using somebody, although you could contact me. I can help you from afar. I do help people out of the state, and it works well. So I wanted to give an example of how I would compile a look for my family. We're not having family pictures taken right now, but if I was going to, I schemed up a look, and I'm going to share it with you and then just kind of show you how I work through it. It is not something that is really that hard. I think it just takes a little bit of time, and sometimes a matter of pulling different pieces together. So we'll start. Usually there's someone in the family that has something that I want to photograph, like one of the little girls has a dress that I love, and I usually kind of start based off one thing. That might be a dress or an item that you have. It might be something one of your kids have. So whatever it is that generates that look. We're coming into the fall holiday season, so I think a lot of people get pictures taken for Christmas cards and holiday looks. So this just to give you an idea of how to mix and match patterns. What I started with, first of all, like, it's a mess. The table's a mess. I pull a bunch of different things from everybody's closet, lay them out, look at them. Sometimes I look at them for a day or two and go back and move them. So I wanted to first start with my little girls because they had coordinating outfits and I really loved the color and the pattern, so I thought it would be easy to build some looks around it. We're going to start with the girls, the little girls. So Vita, who's 4, we had this dress, and then I found these leggings in her closet, which looked really cute with it because I wanted to pull a little bit of the purple out. And then I have Rowan, the little jacket with the skirt and leggings attached. So I'm just going to lay them on the living room floor because that's typically what I do. I like to just lay everything out, and then I can look at it. So I pulled their looks first, and then I went into my son's closet. Boys, at least at my house, he doesn't typically have the amount of clothes the girls do. And I think patterns and color options are a little bit different for boys per season than they are for girls. So staying with the black and white was super easy. And I pulled his black and white checkered shirt, which I love because, again, it's just a basic small pattern. I threw over the striped cardigan. You could definitely do it without it, but I loved the mix in patterns with gray jeans to kind of coordinate with the gray of Vita's dress. Now I'm going to put him in the middle. Granted, a photographer is going to be your best bet at putting you guys where you look the best as far as your outfit. So don't be concerned about that because they know how to place you. Show up with the look that you love and then have your photographer arrange, everyone by color or what looks best visually to them. So those are the 3 kids. And then moving on to myself, I went into my closet. I love the black and white striped dress. So I put that, I'm going to move that over here. Now granted, I do really like this dress as well that I have, and I think either one of them could look great, but I'm going to go with the black and white striped. But again, I laid them both out, and I think that's what's important, is laying them out, looking at them, walking away and just saying, which do I like the best? Moving on to my oldest daughter, Olivia. It's a little harder, I feel, at her age at 12 because she doesn't dress up quite as much. Doesn't have like the girly looks as far as the little girls, so we have to coordinate with her based off her personal style because she has an opinion. So we're going to go with some black, kind of grayish jeans, which I loved. And then this sweater I actually thought was a great mix on patterns. What I think is important when mixing patterns is the scale. Small pattern, medium pattern, large. It's the same thing when decorating your house. If you're going to mix pillows together, small, medium, large patterns. And that's where you really get kind of a very boutique-y look and unique without being all matchy. So I loved this with it. Get a look of that. Now we also pulled this little sweatshirt she has, kind of cardigan, because again, I really love that with it with the same jeans. So you could do either one, and that looks equally cute with it. And it's still got some texture. It's not what I would consider a pattern, but it's not flat gray. It's got texture, which I really love. But we're gonna go with this one for a little something different. And then my husband is usually the last one we do, simply because, kind of like your son, men, it's pants and a shirt. There's no option of dresses, skirts, you know. So for him, I pulled his kind of grayish black denim out, similar to my daughter's. And I'm gonna throw that down. And then I tried a couple shirts because I really thought, I loved the pop of purple with the girls. And I thought, well, maybe we could incorporate that with his. I think we could do this. It doesn't look bad. I love that it adds a little bit, and from a distance and in a picture, that pattern's gonna be very minimal. But I actually really loved this sweater the best for him, mainly because I really liked the color. It was light, and I loved the way it looked from a distance with everybody. Actually, after you get everything laid out, you sometimes change your mind. For instance, I think I'm gonna switch out my oldest to this, more because I just wanna balance the color. I like the lightness of that top and my husband's. Now, something I don't have that I might look for if this was a picture day is something else purple to either add for myself or for my daughter without it being too matchy. Maybe it's a patterned sweater, or excuse me, scarf that has like that great purple color in it. Like a big knitted snood would be cute on me with the stripe. So I might look for that. I wouldn't stress about it because I think this right here as a whole is great. I think it's important to realize that it's a mix of patterns. Not everything has to match. For instance, if I wanted to swap out my oldest, I could totally take this out. Let's say she didn't have this, but she had this. I could do that. Again, it's all staying within that color palette. I think your color palette is determined based off the article of clothing you decide to create your look around. And then adding little pieces of color here and there within those looks is great without being too much. And then leave it up to your photographer to place you the best for your looks. But as a whole, it's really quite easy. If you have any questions, email me. You can email me pictures of what you have. I can offer suggestions. Simply going online, I can forward you some different looks that you could incorporate with what you already have. I just did a family photo session recently, and they live afar. She told me what she had for like 3 individuals in the family, and I helped her coordinate 3 more looks. So just contact me. You can reach me at kim@kimraystyle.com and ask me questions, whatever, and I will respond. I also wanted to just talk about, as I'm featuring this video with our family pictures, how I compiled our looks this summer. We decided we did a larger family picture with extended like cousins, aunts, and uncles, and we wanted to stay with a white, tan, and black palette. I based it off of one of my girls' dresses. You see the little one, the white with the giraffes on it, and then my other daughter had the white and tan. So we used those as our jumping off point, and then I went back and forth on putting my oldest daughter in a black dress or a white dress. And based off what everyone else was wearing, including cousins, the black dress was the best option. But again, it's just about laying those pieces out and balancing the color, and then having your photographer place you in the right, places. So sometimes, it takes a little bit because you're looking for a particular item for a particular person, and sometimes you can improvise, and you can get away with using things that look differently in the picture than they do close up. Maybe they don't match as well close up, but in a picture they do. So just constantly be trying things, laying things on the floor, pulling things back. But I just really wanted to share with you a little bit about our family pictures, and then about giving you some insight in how to create your own wonderful styled family pictures. Thanks for following along.